Hello everyone, in today's video we will be painting this beautiful landscape painting with a simple 5-step. Now gather all your art materials and paint with me. In step 1 we will be painting the beautiful huge sky, so we need the color cerulean blue. As we are painting the day sky, we need to mix the color cerulean blue with white to get a beautiful shade of blue. And I am mixing more white to the cerulean blue to get a light shade of blue. And in this painting we are painting the day sky, especially the afternoon sky. I really like to paint the afternoon sky because the color, the blue, is really brilliant. I really like that blue. And in this painting we are going to make it lighter when we are moving towards the horizon, so I am mixing more white when we are moving towards the horizon. Now the beautiful sky is ready. Once the background is completely dry, now take your round brush and let's mix the color blue with the white, and we are going to make a light shade of blue, and we are going to move our brush in a circular motion to paint some random clouds in the distance, and this will be in a very light color. So once we finish painting them, now you can take your liner brush or a detailing brush. Here I am using my liner brush and I am going to draw some outline in the cloud. So if you can draw this, then you can add this in your painting, or you can just leave it. Now let's paint the fluffy beautiful white cloud. So here I have mixed the color cerulean blue with more white to get a light shade of blue. First we are going to paint just a base of the cloud, then we are going to add the highlight. So in this cloud painting we are not going to add more shadows, just we are going to add some base, and then we are going to applying the highlights on the top of it. All throughout this painting process, I just move my brush in a circular motion to get this type of fluffy and soft texture, and then we are going to just let the layer completely dry. If you are someone who likes to paint clouds but you don't know how to start, then you can watch this tutorial. In this tutorial, I have given step-by-step explanation to paint a beautiful and fluffy cloud. Now let's take the color white and then we can add the highlight on the cloud. So we are not going to add the color white on the entire outline. And now I am painting some small and fluffy clouds here. So this is the base. So once this is completely dry, then I am going to apply some highlights here. I really enjoy watching the clear beautiful blue sky with this fluffy white clouds. I really like the combination. So if you are someone who really likes these types of sky, then please let me know in the comment section. In step 2 we are going to paint the mountains. Now we are going to paint the mountain that is in the distance. So here we have the color cerulean blue. We are going to use this color to paint the distance mountain. Now let's paint the mountain that is in the foreground. So here we have the color deep cyan, lemon yellow, sap green and monastral green, and we are going to mix them all to get a dark color. Now let's mix the colors sap green, monastral green and lemon yellow to get a beautiful shade of green, and we are going to apply this green to paint the mountain. And now let's paint the meadow. So here we have to mix all the colors to get a beautiful shade of green, and if you are adding more lemon yellow, then you will get a light and warm shade of green. And in the painting, in the middle of the canvas, we have to have the color light and warm shade of green. When we are moving towards the foreground, we need the dark shade of green, and here we are not going to use the color black to get a dark shade of green. Instead, we are going to use the color deep cyan. So when you are mixing the color deep cyan and sap green with a bit of monastal green, then you will get a beautiful shade of dark green. And now let's mix more deep cyan to this sap green to get a dark shade of green. Now let's see this color. I really like this color. So whenever we need a dark shade of green in our painting, we can use this color. And in this mountain we are going to add some trees. Before this we are going to paint the shadow part of the tree. So here we have to mix the color sap green with the deep cyan to get a dark shade of green, and we are painting the shadow part. Once we are done with the shadow part, then we can go ahead and paint the trees. To paint the trees, we are going to use the flat brush. Here my flat brush is dry, and I'm going to take the color and just tap the color on the canvas to create the texture of the leaves here. If you are someone who really likes to paint clouds and beautiful greenery landscape, then you will definitely like this painting. And in this painting you will get to know how to paint this beautiful clouds and beautiful daisy flower field. And if you are someone who really likes flowers and fluffy clouds, then you have to watch this painting, and I promise you will enjoy this. Now let's get back to the painting. We have to mix the colors sap green and lemon yellow to get a light shade of green, and we are going to use this light shade to paint the texture in the trees. Now take your fan brush and we are going to paint the grass. So here we are mixing the color monastal green with the lemon yellow to get a very light and warm shade of green, and we are going to just tap the brush on the canvas like this to create the texture of the grass. If you are using a fan brush to create the texture of the grass, then you have to make sure the bristles are really hot, then only you will get the beautiful texture like this. Now let's make sap green and deep cyan to have a dark shade of green, and we are going to paint the individual plates of grass. So it is really easy. All you need to do is take a round brush with a sharp edge or a liner or a detailing brush and draw some curved line like this. I know this would take you a lot of time to finish the entire process, but I really like to paint the curved lines, especially when I am painting the grass like this. We are going to repeat the process again by mixing the color lemon yellow with monastal green, and we are going to add some curved lines again. If you are new to my channel, let me introduce myself. I am Rexana. I am an acrylic painting artist. I really love to paint with acrylics, and I really like to share my knowledge with beginners. So if you find my tutorials are really easy and helpful, then please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you can also follow me on my other social media platforms to know all the regular updates about my paintings. In step 4, we are painting the tree. So first we are going to start with the leaf foliage, especially we are going to paint the shadow and base of the leaf foliage. So here we have the color deep cyan mixed with the sap green, and we are going to use this dark green first. Here I am using my normal synthetic flat brush to paint the texture of the tree, and now let's paint the trunk. To paint the trunk we need the color burnt sienna mixed with the black, so we will get a dark shade of brown, and once we finish painting all the branches, then we can add some details. To paint the texture of the tree, we have to mix the color burnt sienna with yellow ochre to get a brownish yellow shade, and we are going to use this color to create the texture. So first we need to add some small random line like this. To paint the light value in the leaf foliage texture, let's take the color monastral green and we are going to use the same dry brush and we are going to just tap the color like this to create the texture. Painting the tree texture is really easy when you have the right brush. So you can have your old brush or your hot bristle brush, then it will be really helpful for you to paint the texture of the tree. Now let's mix more yellow to this mixture and add one more layer. In the final step, we are going to paint the flower field. So here we have the color carmine. You can use any pink or red shade, and I have mixed some white to this color, and in the distance we are going to add some small random dots for the flowers, and we can add more details when we are moving towards the foreground. And now you can see I am adding some random white dots, and we are going to use the color yellow orange, and I am going to do the same thing again. Now take your detailing brush or liner brush and we are going to paint some small petals and flowers here. And first I am going to start with the color carmine, then I can take the color white and add more flowers. I really enjoy painting flowers, so if you are someone who really likes to paint flowers, then you can watch this playlist. In this playlist you can see different type of flower field and flower painting with a step-by-step explanation. So if you are someone who really likes to paint flowers, then this playlist is for you. If you are someone who really likes to paint flowers, then you will definitely like this playlist. In this playlist you can see different types of flower painting with a step-by-step explanation. If you are really interested, please check the playlist. Let's take the color yellow and add some details in the center of the flower like this. Then we can take the color burnt sienna and we can add more details. I really like to add details like this because adding these tiny details make a beautiful impact in our painting. It took me around 6 hours to finish this entire painting. I really enjoyed all the steps in this painting, especially the fluffy cloud and this tiny beautiful wildflowers. I really enjoyed all the thing in this painting. If you also like this painting, please let me know in the comment section. I would be super happy to read all your comments. And here is the final outcome of this painting. I really like this painting. Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I will meet you guys with another beautiful painting with a step-by-step tutorial in my next video. Until then, have fun with colors.